All right, I'm going to work out the review assignment. Day 15 review. Worked out. Today's Friday the 9th. Okay, I asked you to, as usual, put your name in a comment at the top. Oh, so number sign, day 15 review. Mr. Hayes, and once you put today's date, not my date. All right. For each part, please print part 1, part 2 in front of your work. So print part 1. Your name. Part 1's easy. Print part 2. Ask the user for the name and then print how long their name is using the length function. Name equals, remember if you're going to ask them for something, you got to store it in a variable. Please enter your name. And then we're going to print your name is, comma, len name, letters long. Print part 3. Store the phrase Go Tigers in a variable text. Well, that's easy. Text equals Go Tigers. Notice there's upper and lowercase letters. All right. Part 4. Part 3 was a little silly. There you go. Print the variable text. Print text. Print it all lowercase. Print text.lower. Notice how there's 2 parentheses after lower. Right here, these open and close parentheses. You have to have those or it doesn't work. Print it all upper. Then print it centered in $20 signs. Print text center 20 and then the dollar character. Let's run this and make sure it works. Enter your name. Your name is 4 letters long. Part 3, part 4. Print. 5. Part 3, I'm going to say, because I feel like, there ought to be something. Part 5, ask the user to enter an integer and then print out the product of 10 times the integer. All right, so I'm going to make it in a variable num, int, input, please enter an integer. Print 10 times your number is equal to, comma, num times 10. Now, a common error is to forget to include the int here. And when you don't include the int and then you try to do num times 10, it's not going to print out the number times 10. It's going to print 10 copies of the number, which is different and not what I am asking for. Print part 6 is a while loop to print howdy 4 times. So to do this, you need a variable. I'm going to just say x equals 1. And then we're going to say while x is less than 5, that'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then inside the while loop, I'm going to say print howdy. And then I'm going to say x equals x plus 1. Pretty sure that'll do just what I asked for. Notice this is indented here. Like print and x equals x plus 1, they're lined up, they're inside the while loop. Let's see, enter your name, really long name. Part 3 is hidden, part 4, part 5, please enter an integer. I'm going to say 45, and it prints 450 instead of 45 10 times. Part 6, got 4 howdies. All right. I'm going to scroll this up. Print part 7. Write a while loop that asks the user to enter a number, reports if the guess is too low or too high, makes them keep guessing until they guess 13, says great job, then breaks out of the loop. So, while true, num equals int input, please enter please guess my secret number. If num less than 13, print too low, try again. ELIF, num greater than 13, print too high, try again. And that leaves us with else. You got it. You got it. Or I think I told you to tell them great job. So you got it. Great job. And we got a break. Otherwise, we're stuck in the loop forever. Okay, that's part 7. Part 8. Part 8 says, update your part 7 so that you keep track of and report how many guesses it takes the user to guess their secret number. So to do that, you need to make a variable before the loop starts, count equals 0, and then every time they make a guess, say count equals count plus 1. And then down here in part 8, we can print, it took you count guesses to guess the secret number. Part 8. Part 9, create a list that has no items. So print part 9. Create a list that has no items and add 2 items to it. I'm going to do classes equals empty square brackets. That creates a list called classes, which is empty, and then add 2 items using the append method. Classes.append computer programming is one class, and classes.append math. Let's say math 2 or math 1. How about that? I'm going to do it in the opposite order, though, just because I want to be able to see the sort do something. So then I said print it, sort it, and then print it a second time. So print classes, and then to sort it, you say classes.sort, all on a line by itself, and then to print it again, you say print classes. So let's run it again. There's my name, enter an integer, and part 6, guess my secret number. I'm going to say 1. I'm going to say 111, too high, and then I'm going to say 13, and it took me 3 guesses to guess it. Part 9, here's my list. Here's my list sorted. Create a while loop that prints the numbers 1 through 6 and prints whether each number is odd or even. Awesome. This is part 10. Print part 10. So we're going to go 1 through 6. I'm going to say x equals 1 while x is less than 7. That'll give us 1 through 6. And I'm going to say if x, now to tell if it's odd or even, use modulo 2 equals 0. That means if we divide the number by 2 and there's no remainder, then we know it's even. Print x is even. And then we say else, print x is odd. It's either even or odd. Numbers are either even or odd. Anyway, so that takes care of that. Back to here, part 11. Print part 11. User enter an integer, use an if LFL structure to print if the number is positive, negative, or 0. So num equals int input, please enter an integer. And we're going to say if num less than 0, print num is negative. Elif num greater than 0, print num is positive. And else, print num is 0. So that's exactly, and only what I want you to do there. I don't want you to do it with 3 separate if statements. I want an if, elif, else, because that's something I want you to know. And then finally, it says at the end of all of the above, ask the user if they want to go again. Make it so that no, 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 and no all work. If the user quits, say goodbye and then end. So to do that, we have to put the whole program in a loop. So select your whole program all the way to here and tab it once. That indents it. And then right here, put while true. This makes it repeat forever. And then down here, right here, we want to say r equals run, input run again. Oh, I forgot. We got to say print part 12. And here we say run again. Yes, no. Run again, yes, no. And then right here, we're going to say if r dot lower equal no. We're going to print goodbye and then break, and the whole thing is over. Now the reason you could have said upper and then done an all caps no, but I wanted this to work with all versions of no, like capital N, capital O, both capital, both lowercase. And this is one way to do it. We're taking whatever they entered, making it all lowercase, and then comparing it with the lowercase no. So let's run my program, make sure it works. Please enter your name. Here's a funny name. Integer 4, secret number. I'm going to just go right to it. Oh, I got a problem. My part 10, I forgot to add 1 to x every time through the loop. So it's just reporting a lot about 1. So x equals x plus 1. We got to add here. I'm going to start over. Glad I tested it. Here's my name, an integer, and secret number. I'm going to guess 13. You got it. Great job. Took you 1 guesses to guess the secret number. There's my list. There's odd, even, odd, even. And I was asking for 1 through 6. Yep. And then part 11, please enter an integer. And this is, I'm going to enter -9 just to, because it's negative. Part 12, run again. And I'm going to say no. And it says goodbye. So notice, even though I entered capital N, small o, it worked because we made whatever I entered lowercase before we checked. Whew, that's a lot of work. There you go.